What is up, my fellow Chibits? Today, I'm going to bring all of you the weekly manga chapter review of The Promised Neverland, Chapter 8. Can you believe? Already 8 chapters into this series. Has it really been that long? Has it really been that long? That's a lot of weeks, if you think about it. 8 chapters, The Promised Neverland has been coming out. So, it's not too long until we find out if The Promised Neverland is going to make it past the axing point. If it, will survive, a Weekly Shonen Jump will spare this series, or Weekly Shonen Jump kind of slit the throat of The Promised Neverland. We'll have to see, but we're getting very closer to that time where we'll find out if this series will exactly make it for the future. So, let's talk about the final page, or final couple pages. The new mama that was, recently introduced, her face expression at the end of this chapter was creepy as fuck. Like, yo. Like, I mean, every time she's on a chapter and you see her face, she's so creepy. The way there's so much emphasis on her smile, I mean, like, yo. I mean, maybe the mangaka might even be throwing too much emphasis on the smile of this new helper. Just the way she acts and all that, her overall demeanor. It's just something very sinister. And I'm like, yo, she is so fucking creepy. She really is creepy, especially with this, newest chapter of The Promised Neverland. Just her expression she gives off to the children. It's just not that loving, kind mother look that the mama, the main mama, actually gives it all to the children. Of course, she's been doing it for many years. But still, I mean, the way this mother acts, like this new helper, just very creepy, and like not a lot of children probably gonna like her face expression when they finally get there, because the way she acts and the way she carries this like just demented smile with her, I'm like, yo, just like way too fucking creepy. So the main point of this chapter was to let us know that it's not as easy as it appears when it comes to the trackers. Now, I do like a little bit more information on these trackers, which was given to us in this chapter. So as we found out with last week's chapter, we found out the location of the tracker that was in the ears. All the children, they got a shot at a very young age when they first got there, and at first it looked like it was just a regular shot, routine shot for a kid or something, but then they found out that's where the tracker is. It's inside of their ear. And so, as I've stated, most likely they're going to have to cut that part out right before they leave, because the mother, she checks the individual ears all the time, she's going to feel if there's a fucking gash right there, if there's blood leaking down your freaking neck because you cut open your ear, or if you chop off your ear, she's going to see that as well. So it's something that has to be saved for the last few moments before you try to make your escape. But here's the big thing that popped up with this chapter. One of the big things is that if the trackers were to be tampered with, there might be an alarm bell. And I have actually seen this before. It's stuff that's been shown in movies, it's stuff that's been in manga, it's stuff that's been in anime. This is not something entirely new when it comes to trackers. And I like how this was brought up, and how the mangaka was actually bringing up more information on how there's a lot more problems than it appears when it comes to these trackers. Even though they found the location of it, it does not mean that it is simple enough to remove the said tracker, because once they remove it, there could be an alarm bell that signals to the mother or demons or whatever that the tracker was removed. Red alert, red alert, red alert, you need to do something. And that's kind of what was told in this chapter. So because of this, you now know that if they were to remove it, there's a possibility an alarm bell can go off. So that's another reason why they need to wait until the last second until they can take out the trackers. So one of the simplest things right now, what it seems to what you need to do right now to be able to, solve this entire problem, it seems like the children are going to have to kill the mother. I'm just going to be honest, that is the only logical way these children could possibly survive this and make it out. If there is some form of alarm to the trackers or whatever that alerts the mother, the only way I see these characters getting out of this safely is if they kill both the mother and the helper. That's the only way at this time I could see, because there is an alarm and it signals the mother or the helper or any demons. They're gonna have to kill the mother and the helper, and then they're gonna have to rip off the trackers and then make a quick escape. But then again, you're gonna have to realize all the children, they're gonna be like, I don't want to go, why'd you do that to mama? And you know that's gonna cause a lot of complications. So I like the dynamic of this series, how it's building up, and it's being very realistic. It's like, saying this is what would really happen if these children were in this situation and they had to deal with this and all that. You have a lot of bad things handicapping them right now. I mean, you have it to where the mother, they know a lot more information than the children do about outside the wall, to the trackers and stuff like that, and when they finally try to escape with all the children are just going to slow them all down, because they're either slow, they're stupid, they won't understand what's going on. Even if Emma and them tell them what's going on, they probably still won't get the full grasp of it because they're just so young. So when it comes down to it, you know that overall right now there's just no way in hell all the kids are getting out. It's not happening. It's not possible. Emma is leading a very false hope right now, and she needs to realize that there's just no way in fuck that she's going to be able to save all these kids. It won't happen. But granted, I do like how she's trying to make the kids prepared to escape, because if they somehow manage to escape, at the very least, it seems a little bit more realistic, because Emma has been training all the children in tag to learn how to, like, remove their tracks, or how to escape being found while playing tag. You get to see how Emma's been teaching and training them and stuff, and she's using the whole entire cover of playing games out in the woods as a way to train them, and it reminds me so much, honestly, of Assassination Classroom. If you've ever watched Assassination Classroom or read the manga, you'll know what I'm getting at when it comes to the entirety of the tag in the forest, or running away and stuff, and trying to learn how to hide or whatever. It reminds me a lot of that, and anything that reminds me of Assassination Classroom, such I love that series, it makes me happy, and I appreciate the series so much more. So, I mean, overall, The Promised Neverland this week, it was very simplistic in nature. I feel like it's going in a very straightforward fashion, but the only thing at this time that could go on to probably save the kids is if Emma and them kill the mother. But even then and again, there might be a signal that alerts the demons if the mothers die. So, there's a whole slew of problems that could possibly happen. So, yeah, overall, straightforward chapter. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. You all have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.